Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Thursday to you and your family. Obviously, we're taking a quick peek here at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on with the buying pressure and, of course, the most recent dip that we saw. We saw the price actually come below that support level, but hasn't closed below yet. So that's a positive sign. We're going to take a look at that and much more. If you're new to the channel, though, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I love teaching people to trade. I've been trading for over 17 years, and I hope you can learn something here today. So obviously, if you do, comment below, let me know. And if you could, please, just as a benefit to you in the long run, of course, helping me as well, is to just ask a quick favor of joining my social media. All the links are in the description below. We've got a really awesome following there, starting to grow, and it's really cool to see that happen. So be sure to check that out in your own time. Another thing as well that's really cool, I want to highlight some positive here, because sometimes we can get stuck on the negative. We've got some really awesome folks in my community doing great stuff. So take a look at this here. A Sosa 80, I'm not sure if that's pronouncing it correctly, you have to let me know. 48x, 81% on a long for Bitcoin. Same thing with Cam Rule as well. This guy's killing it at 39x, 56% for a XRP long. Okay, so these wins are just keep coming and coming. Pendejo, of course, with 25% on a 25x, basically 1% increase, but took 25% on that. So again, these are all really cool things that are happening in the community, and what it's going towards is a $10,000 prize pool through Bitget. So if you use the link in the description below and decide to register with that link, and basically all you have to do is transfer funds and use the exchange, you get a bonus for registering, but also get eligible for that prize pool. We have that monthly. So check that out in your own time. Really cool opportunity. All right, so here's the thing with Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and just jump right in. As far as the standard stuff is concerned, let's look at the basic details and understand where we're at. First things first, we want to look at the foundation of where the market's at. NASDAQ is up pretty decent today, and S&P is just kind of average. Okay, so NASDAQ, it makes sense as to why that is up, of course, with some earnings, some profit earnings here recently. But when we look at the dollar index, we can see that it's kind of down a little bit. So it's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but it's down. And that's actually a positive sign for Bitcoin, because when dollar index goes down, Bitcoin goes up. So generally speaking, the traditional markets are performing better than usual. So we can expect some better than usual performance from Bitcoin. Okay, that's kind of the correlation there. And then if we take a look at the moving averages, we're below all moving averages currently at this point. Still not great. We want to be up over the 20 at the very least, but I'm going to feel much better when we're closing above the 50-day set moving average, right around 19,600 at this key Fibonacci retracement level. Both those are kind of intersecting, so to speak. So that's a good sign there to get above that. But until then, we can kind of assume the price will continue to be held down, right? Again, as I've mentioned before, expect the worst, hope for the best. And for me, confirmation, what I'm looking for, because I sent a message to our community yesterday saying, hey, I recognize we haven't had any signals here in the last few days. It's totally normal. This is nothing crazy. Bitcoin's been fairly range bound, and until we break above or below this area, the 19,000 to 19,600, then we're going to have to wait and be patient. Okay, again, that's just my trading style. I prefer not to just jump in and hope for the best. I like to make sure we know we're going in the right direction first. So please understand that. And in that regard, if you are trading yourself, patience is a virtue. You've got to make sure to use that to the best of your ability, unless you're scalping or like an experienced day trader. Okay, obviously opportunities come and go all the time with that. Anyways, we're underneath 50 on the RSI still. So breaking above that would put us somewhere in the range of 19,600, 19,800. Honestly, we get back in the 20,000 range, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, that would ultimately be what we're looking for. I want to see a closure above 20,000. I think we all do, of course. But generally speaking, that's what we're looking for. We can see that the bullish trend is starting to lose its momentum, but it's not much. Okay, so when you see the MACD kind of drawing dead here, which it has been doing for over a week now, not a lot of things can happen in that time. I mean, obviously we're range bound within a small window, but on the same accord, when you think about it, the general sense here is that, hey, the price action is not momentously trending in either direction. Okay, and that pretty much just tells us that we're in a state of indecision right now. And it could go either way, honestly. So for the moment, the daily doesn't really give us a lot of confirmation at all. It's just kind of fair to middling right in the center. Same thing here with the 4-hour too. Even though we're below all moving averages, price action is still kind of drawing dead in this range. And then if we look at the RSI, we can see we got rejected just now off of 50. Once again, that's that resistance level at 19,300. Okay, so 19,300 is a strong rejection point there. We haven't been able to pass that in quite a few hours, roughly a full trading day. We take a look at the MACD. It was trying to converge, but kind of got stalled out. So again, another one of those things where there's not a tremendous amount of momentum here. But if this were to come up and converge, then I would say that it might be a good sign to look for to anticipate potentially further upside. But again, we're getting rejected at the 50, the 20, and the 200-day simple moving average. And of course, 19,300 is another rejection point. So that's generally where we're at there for the 4 hour. Again, mostly neutral, slightly positive in the sense that the MACD might be trying to converge, but we're not there yet. Looking at the hourly, let's take a quick peek at the TD sequential. In fact, actually, I forgot to look at this on the 4 hour because again, we were at a 9 here recently, so we did come down to a 9, potentially getting that bounce, but it did push down very hard to go all the way down to 18,900. So again, we're getting that natural recovery, but it's still continuing, right? We want to be patient and wait for it to continue higher. At this point, we can see with TD sequential getting a lot of resets here, nothing really much to extract. And with Ichimoku Cloud, big surprise, getting rejected off of the lower lead so far. Even though the conversion line is above the baseline, that's a positive sign. That does tell us that we have momentum to the upside for obvious reasons. The lagging span is kind of still stuck in the price action. So unless we can break above 19,300 today, I'm not going to have confidence in the price action going much further. So I'm looking for 19,300 or higher for a close today. If we close below, I would say we just want to wait to see what happens. Keep in mind, though, we are tentatively making higher highs if you think about it, if we kind of compare that, and we are still making higher lows rather. Those are positive signs in a general sense, telling us there's a shift in, again, momentum, which we've seen on the MACD on the 4 hour. We can see this continuation of the upside, that overextension to the downside on the 4 hour as well. So generally speaking, I mean, even though everything's kind of fairly neutral, it does feel like Bitcoin's trying to fight back here. Okay, and the shorter term time frame is looking good. But once more, a closure above 19,300, just say for a few hours. I want to see the price action stay above for a little while and actually close above the cloud. At that point, I'd feel comfortable to take a long position to the upside. That would be what I'm looking for in confirmation. And obviously, a closure above 19,600 would be a stronger start. That would be more ideal. But 19,300, we get some consolidation at this area. The price action comes up, and then just say we, for example, close above 50 on the RSI, then we're going to be looking pretty good. That to me is what I'm looking for. All right, so if you're curious and you're a community member, what confirmation I am looking for, that is essentially where we're at. So simply put, closure above 19,300 today I think would be a solid sign, but if we close and just say a doji candle, for example, or lower, just say in the range of 19,000 or lower, then I would expect the price to continue lower. Because once again, last thing to reiterate here, we've tested this support level at 19,000 even for almost a full 10 trading days. It could potentially break down lower. There's a strong chance of that. Okay, so you got to recognize that is a potential. Let's go ahead and stretch this guy out here as well, and kind of just pay attention to that descending type of trend here. All right, so I hope that you learned something here today. Of course, if you did, comment below, let me know. If you want to become a community member, again, CryptoCache.tech is a website, link in the description below. I look forward to working with you and obviously enjoying that prize pool with you, of course. And more importantly, working with phenomenal traders day in and day out. Like, these guys are just killing it, and I'm super happy. Again, Austin J, great job, buddy. Man, you're really kicking it in the tail. Good job, guys. Super proud of you guys. All right, so thanks again for all your help and watching. I appreciate your support too. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.